Marina Tossinen and Olivia Bender, the outside hitters, who are the big scorers for the Condors.
Yeah, and the libero there is number 11, Raina Cowie. As for the St. Clair College Saints, an outstanding season so far for Jimmy L. Turk and the girls. They sit at 11-2, well in a playoff spot. It's just a matter of where will they finish. And there is the starting lineup for the Saints here this afternoon. Set number 1 set to go, as it's the Conestoga Condors and the St. Clair College Saints, the second and final meeting of the season between these two teams. We'll get some of the information throughout the broadcast for you in the first game, but it's number 3, Jessica Patterson for Conestoga, getting this game underway. Moss right away with the kill, a perfect setup. Saints 1-0, and they get the serve.
Jessica Moss, the veteran, emotional leader of this team, Dom, her 5th year.
Serving number 9.
She's a spark plug, no question about it.
Out of Cottam, Ontario.
Riley Davis to serve for the Saints. Off the net, played by Tessiden. Patterson over to number 5. That's Aitken for the Condors. She gets it over. Stevenson goes up. She gets a good hit. Off the arm, out of bounds, point St. Clair.
There's your offensive leader in the OCAA, Tiana Stevenson, leading in kills and in total points.
Well, we saw her last year in her freshman season, Dave, and we knew she was going to be something special. Davis serves. Tessiden, Patterson. Aitken goes up, block at the net. That goes out of bounds off of Moss. Conestoga will get the ball back and their first point of the game.
Serving number 9.
Condors are in tough, Dom. They need to go on a huge winning streak to finish out the season here if they have any hope of making the playoffs.
Yeah, not only do they got to finish out, win out, Dave, but they have to hope to get some help as well. So they're playing for their volleyball lives here today. Stevenson with a nice heads-up move at the net. A little tip, finds a hole in the defense. As we take a look at Tiana Stevenson there,
For the Saints, number
an
7,
outstanding volleyball player.
Second-year player out of Whitby, Ontario.
And boy, does she got power. Oh, my. This is Jordan Pranger. And it's an ace.
Point, Saints.
Anything Jordan can contribute to the Saints offensively is a huge bonus, Dom. She's a real great defensive player. Timeout, Conestoga.
Yeah, Conestoga wants to talk it over as we take a look at the standings in the West Division. And you can see St. Clair, they still have some work to do, Dave. I mean, they're probably not going to catch Fanshawe. In fact, the only 2 losses for St. Clair came to the hands of the Fanshawe Falcons, most recently this past Wednesday. Although I did talk to Coach Jimmy L. Turk. He said he thought his girls played very well and had a chance to win that game, just couldn't finish it. But he's feeling very confident with his team. You look at Conestoga there, 1-12. Now Cambrian, we were talking about this before going on the broadcast, Dave. Cambrian is hosting the Ontarios this year, so they're automatically going to get in.
They are, and that just makes the road more difficult for Conestoga. In any other normal year, Dom, they would have a shot at that 8th spot, but Cambrian has locked it up as a host squad for the tournament.
Yeah, so it's Cambrian and the next 7 best that will play at the Ontarios. Saints leading first set, 4-1. Pranger continues to serve. Cowie gets an arm on it. Tessiden hustles. This is going to be a free ball for the Saints. Milling in the middle. There's the low set. Moss just gets enough of it, and it finds a hole on the floor.
Kind of paintbrush that one, Dom.
That's a good way of putting it.
Slapped at the ball and off the fingertips. Change of pace fooled the Conestoga defense.
Pranger serves. Tessiden, Cowie. Bender goes up, gets it over nicely. Saints set up. Stevenson off the block, and it ends up on the Saints side of the net. Good block there by Conestoga. They get the ball back.
I believe that was number 18, Marissa Smith, getting her hands on that. And she goes back to serve now.
Let's see another look at it there, and I think you're right, Dave. That was Smith getting her hand on that ball. Milling, Olivero. Stevenson tips. Nice cover by Smith. Patterson back set. Bender, a good job, or I should say Aiken, number 5, Emily Aiken with a good heads-up play there for Conestoga.
Amelia Olivero just a little late for the Saints getting to that.
Milling, Davis, Moss gets it. A nice dig by the Condors, though, right back to the Saints. Davis back over to Olivero. Good hit and not controllable for the Condors. Saints get the point and the service back.
Watch Amelia carefully this afternoon, Dom. She gets her money's worth on every swing at the net.
Again, great first-year player there for Jimmy L. Turk and the Saints, Amelia Oliveira. Actually, she's a distant relative of mine, Dave.
There you go. Went to Holy Names, did she
Yep.
not, Dom?
Yep.
Point Conestoga.
Actually, her grandmother is related to me through
Up to
family.
serve
And
for Conestoga number
She
5.
obviously got all the volleyball talent in the family.
no, I was okay. Come on. She was just smarter than me, that's all.
Your career ended early.
Advance no touch. Point St. Clair.
I love playing volleyball. I
For the Saints, number 2,
played for a
Jameson.
gentleman by the name, I know you know him very well, Gary Semenek.
Yes, for sure.
Who was
God
an
rest his
outstanding
soul.
volleyball
Yeah.
coach and just what an ambassador for the game.
He was the founder of the Wamville Volleyball League.
Started
which,
at our grade school, St. Angelo.
Yep. It's created great benefits in the community, not only for the people who play the game, but those people, many of them have shown such an interest in volleyball that they become coaches for the younger generations.
Yeah,
here
it's
in the
done a
city, too.
great job for our area in developing players and getting them involved, and then also for just people that want to stay active and play some fun volleyball. I remember that starting up years and years ago.
1977.
Yep.
Into the net. Point St. Clair.
Saints now with a 3-point lead as that serve goes into the net.
Now serving for the
They'll take it
Saints,
back.
Amelia.
And this is
Oliverio.
Amelia Oliverio, the young lady in which we were just talking about.
Tough server here, Dom.
There it is, good hard serve, dug up nicely there by Bender. Patterson, Tessenden blocked at the net. Tessenden going to go up again. No, she tips off the tip. The Saints couldn't play it.
Point Conestoga.
Kiana Gellison, just for the Saints, just wasn't able to press that block over the net enough.
Serve number 14.
Kind of
Natalie
pulled her
Walsh.
hands off, and she got tooled, Dom, that's the term we use.
All right. Natalie Walsh serves for Conestoga. Davis backs it. Gellison, that stays in. She finds the corner.
Point St. Clair.
St. Clair will get the ball right back.
Very brave set there by Riley Davis for the first-year player out of Georgetown. She goes, trusting her hitter, she goes back behind her, and Gellison was there.
Gellison to serve now for St. Clair. And that one goes long and out.
Out of bounds, no touch. Conestoga point.
Condors are staying close, Dom.
They are. They
Serving
are.
number 3, Jessica Patterson.
Well, they're going to need to if you want to build a little confidence against this very good St. Clair team. Oliveira decides to play it last minute there. Pranger goes up. Cowie gets an arm on it. This is Patterson. Bender, and her backcourt hit goes into the net. Here's Bender's
Serve for the
attempt.
Saints, number 9, Riley Davis.
The Saints have to be really careful this afternoon, Dom, that there's no emotional or competitive letdown from a very intense match in London on Wednesday.
Well, this, after a match like that, it's the test of character for sure. Nice dig there by Bender. Tessenden over to Aiken. She gets it over. Saints dig it up. This is going to be Pranger, and she's good with the kill.
Good to see Jordan bearing that set.
Nice heads-up play there by Pranger. Going across the court with her spike. Got a little bit of condensation on the floor there.
Saints have a big-time front row up against the Condors right now, Dom, with Pranger, Moss, and Stevenson occupying those 3 positions.
Nice dig there by Tessenden. It's going to be a free ball for St. Clair. Actually, that one not even going to get played as it goes out of
Out
bounds.
of bounds, no touch. St. Clair
Bender
point.
puts a little too much mustard on that one.
Let's see if the Saints can make a big run here with that front row up there.
Substitution, Conestoga.
Going to get a substitution coming out of the game is Olivia Bender, and joining the lineup for Conestoga, Savannah Sams wearing number 7.
Second-year coach for the Condors, Hai Chi Lu, trying to see if he can shake up the lineup a bit, get a little momentum back.
Saints have their biggest lead right now, Dave, 5 points. Free ball here for St. Clair. Milling to the middle. Davis. Moss is right there off the block. She plays it.
St. Clair.
Nice
As we predicted, Dom, that front row right now that the Saints have there is a bit of a mismatch problem for the Condors.
It would be for many teams, actually. It's
Without
pretty
a doubt.
dynamic. Nice dig by Tessit in there. Aitken goes up. That didn't get over the net. That'll be point St. Clair. Saints now have opened up a 7-point lead here in set number 1.
5 in a row off the save of Riley Davis. Her job is to keep making them.
She's been consistent so far. And that one just long and out.
Out of bounds, no
So
touch.
Conestoga gets the break they're looking for.
Up to serve the Conestoga number 9. Arena Tisden.
Lorena Tessidin serving for the Condors. And into the net.
Into the net, point St. Clair.
Marina not happy with that at all.
No.
It went right off the side of her hand, almost didn't even make it to the net.
Jordan Pranger for St. Clair. Working with a 7-point lead here in set 1. Free ball here. Saints send it right back. Sam's going up for her first touch. Milling digs it up. Davis backs it. Stevenson dug up by Tessidin. Sam's tips at the net, and it works out well for her.
Point Conestoga.
That's something the Saints will have to address, Dom. That's the second tip that's fallen in on the Saint defense, and I'm sure Coach Alturk, when he gets a moment, will address that.
Smith serve for Conestoga. Stevenson's going to go up, and that goes wide side out.
Touch point Conestoga.
So the Condors getting a couple of points back here. Whittled the
Serving
Saints
number
lead down to
18,
5 right
Marissa
now.
Smith.
Marissa Smith continues to serve. Oliveira over to Davis. Back to Oliveira. Off the block, out of bounds. Point St. Clair.
St. Clair point. Up to serve for St. Clair number 13, Jessica Moss.
Jessica Moss serving.
What a player she's been.
Yes.
Free ball here.
When she's on her game, the Saints are very, very difficult to beat, Dom. She's really a key to their offense.
Sams goes up. Nice dig there by Pranger. Free ball coming up here for Conestoga. Cowie. Patterson. Aitken off the block, and nobody there to help out. Oliveira got a hand on it, but no one following her up.
It's a bit worrisome that shallow defense up at the attack line behind the block hasn't been there 3 times now, Dom, that we've noticed in this first set.
That serve goes side out.
No touch point.
St. Clair will get the ball back.
Up to serve for the Saints, number 2, Tiana Stevenson.
Tiana Stevenson, number 2 for the Saints.
The leader in attacks, kills, and total points in the OCAA.
Davis, low set to Gillison, and she makes good with it. Saints increase their lead to 7 again.
Can't say enough about Riley Davis's play so far, Dom, the setter for the Saints. First-year player, rookie. She's distributing the ball nicely.
Sams is going to go up, blocked at the net, played at the net, and they said that Walsh
St. Clair.
touched the net for Conestoga. And we're going to get another timeout
Timeout has been
called by the
Conestoga.
Condors. Saints leading at 19-11.
Yep, Coach Hai Chi Lu seeing if he can stem the Saints. Here's what happened, Dom, in November, late November, when the Saints traveled up to Kitchener to play the Condors, and they made short work of them in 4 sets.
Yep. And of course, that was much earlier on in the campaign. This is 2 teams that have gone in totally different directions since then, I would imagine, as the Saints have just went on a tremendous roll before losing to Fanshawe on Wednesday.
Yes, a lot of credit to the Saints coaching staff. We've seen most of their matches this year, Dom, and they have steadily improved the whole season.
Yeah, and that's, Coach Al-Turk said it was going to take a little time to get them where he wants them. He still feels there's a little more work to be done before the Ontarios, but he's very confident in this team. And, you look at this team, Dave, you mentioned Oliveira, a first-year player. You mentioned Davis, a first-year player. You've got Stevenson, who's a second-year player. You've got Gellison, who's a second-year player. I mean, this could be a nice 2 or 3 year role for this Saints team for the next couple of years with these players that Coach Al-Turk has coming back.
And that was just a telling shot there, Dom. You got the statistical leader in the OCAA, and late in the season, and Coach Al-Turk is still coaching them. There's always room for improvement.
Absolutely. And Stevenson continues to serve here. Patterson over to Sams. Milling digs that up. Oliveira over to Stevenson. She'll give up the free ball. Walsh gets a hand on it. Not handled well by the Condors here, and it costs them a point.
Nope, Stevenson found the soft spot in the defense with that free ball, Dom.
Going to get another substitution for the Condors.
Number 19.
Walsh, number 14, comes out. Katura Benny comes into the game. Stevenson set to serve. Cowie, Patterson gets a hand on it. Nope, you're saying a lift.
Point St. Clair.
Saints get that point. They now have their biggest lead at 10. Looking to put away this first set.
Saints have a very favorable schedule the rest of the way, Dom. After today, they host Cambrian and Boreal, who are at the bottom of the standings. They play Mohawk and Niagara, and I know Coach Al-Turk, second place is probably the most realistic goal now, but this team is hoping to make it to the Canadian Championships this year. That's what their goal is.
That ball out of bounds.
St. Clair point.
St. Clair point again. Yeah, no, I think they're in that certainly in that discussion, Dave, and rightfully so.
Definitely are. They're ranked in the top 10 in the Canadian rankings. Unfortunately, though, Niagara is hosting the Canadian Championships this year, so the Saints will have to win the OCAA to accomplish that goal.
Yep. And that means there's going to be, and no disrespect to Niagara, but there's probably going to be 2 or 3 teams that probably are better than Niagara, and they're not going to be there.
And that's just in the Western.
Yep.
Half. In the Eastern half, you have the Durham Lords, who are, last I checked, were undefeated or 1 loss as well. So,
like Niagara is sitting 4th. They're sitting 4th right now in the West with a 10-4 record. Saints win the first set here. By the way, I apologize. I'm getting all caught up here talking about all this good volleyball stuff. But the Saints win the first set, 25-11. 1-0 set lead they take in this match. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll have set number 2. You're watching OCAA women's volleyball action on We Digital Productions.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the bird to drive the save. Pass to the nice shot to the save. And he's right in. Oh, and stops it behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talk and shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor, Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex OCA women's volleyball action here on We Digital. The Lady Saints taking on the Conestoga Condors. Some of the fans here that have made it out in this snowy day down here in the Windsor parts. Good to see them here. Also good to have you on board here on We Digital. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Dominic Papa along with Dave Austin bringing you the action here. The men will follow this game shortly after, so we'll have that game here for you as well. Right now the Saints lead it 1-0, winning the first set 25-11 the score in that one.
Riley Davis.
It's now set number 2, and Riley Davis goes to the service line for the Saints.
Riley, the setter in the Saints offense, Dom, distributed 10 assists in that first game. And the nice thing about that for the Saints is most of the effectiveness in the attack came out of the middle. Both middle hitters, Moss and Gellison, had 3 kills in the first set.
Here's Pranger going up, and that one goes out of bounds.
No touch, point, Conestoga.
Conestoga has grabbed a 2-0 lead here.
The offensive star for Conestoga in the first set, Dom, was number 5, Emily Aiken, with 3 kills.
Stevenson hustles, gets a save. This will be a free ball for Conestoga as Milling plays it over. Tip at the net, blocked by the Saints. That was Jessica Moss
St. Clair.
with the nice little block.
Up to serve for this.
St. Clair gets their first point of set number 2.
No changes in the lineup for the Saints, Dom, here in set number 2. Coach Al Turk sticking with what got him here.
Why not? And there's a violation against the Conestoga squad, a double hit. Saints have now tied it at 2 here early on in set number 2.
For our viewers' sake, Dom, the setter is held to a higher standard when handling the ball with their hands, and it must be handled cleanly.
Patterson saves it. Good job. Free ball here. Davis, Moss, what a great play. She went up for the kill. The set was a little far on the other side, and she actually tips it with her left hand. Watch this.
We just missed it on the replay too, Dom, but Julianne Milling, the libero, made that play. She came up way out of the back row and started it off with a great first pass into the hands of Riley Davis, and the Saints transitioned very, very quickly.
Free ball here for the Saints. Davis backs it. Stevenson goes up off the block. Conestoga plays it, and Tessenden gets it over. Milling, Davis, Moss again going up. Timing just not there right now.
Point Conestoga.
As Conestoga will get the point.
Riley Davis left Jessica Moss hanging just a little bit there. They're talking it over now. They'll straighten it out.
Oliveira over to Davis. Stevenson's going to go up, and she's successful.
Point St. Clair.
That's the lesson for all the young volleyball players there. There's your top hitter in the league, Dom, and sometimes your most effective hit is not necessarily your hardest hit. It's a smart hit.
Exactly. She just found her spot and put the ball in the hole there.
Nice relaxed swing there by Tiana.
Oh, jeez.
Ugly volleyball.
Ugly.
There.
That was ugly. Oh, my. Saints were caught standing flat-footed.
Up to serve number 18, Marissa Smith.
Marissa Smith now for Conestoga. 4 apiece here in set number 2. Pranger, Davis, Gillison, that goes long and out.
Out of bounds, no touch, point, Conestoga.
Set was a little slow getting to Kiana there, and then a little low.
Smith serves again. Pranger, Davis, Stevenson, into the net it goes. Saints look a little out of sync right now, Dave.
They do. The timing hasn't been there in the last 3 or 4 plays, Dom, and the first culprit for that usually is lack of concentration. You lose your focus just a touch.
Oliveira. Davis goes back to Oliveira, and she gets it to go down.
St. Clair.
So kudos to Davis there. What do you do when the timing is off? You just go back to basics. A nice high ball to the outside. Let your hitter get under it and put it away.
Tiana Stevenson to serve. Hard serve handled by the Condors. Bender goes up off of a hand, I believe, and that's going to be a point Conestoga.
It fell in anyways.
Up to serve number 4, Olivia Bender.
Conestoga playing tough.
Bender serves. Oliveira can't get set up properly. Conestoga with a 3-point lead now here in set number 2.
I think Jordan Pranger was reading her teammates the riot act there, Dom. They got together in that little huddle.
Milling doesn't make the good pass. Saints hit the net. They are struggling right now. Conestoga with their biggest lead.
And if this continues, I think for one more point, I think you'll see Coach Al Turk call a timeout now.
Olivia Bender, good hard serve. Milling, Davis, Stevenson goes up. That's going to go out of bounds. Conestoga has opened up a 5-point lead. And yes, indeed, you called it, Dave.
St. Clair taking the timeout.
Coach Jimmy Al Turk wants to settle the girls down and talk it over.
That 5-point spread is a key one, Dom. Here's your statistics from the first set, and you can see that the Saints were far more effective in kill percentage, Dom. They were 11 for 19 as compared to Conestoga's 5 for 19. And the Saints added in 3 more aces from the serving line as a bonus, and that pretty much explains that large 14-point spread in the victory for the Saints.
Yep. A lot different right now in set number 2, though. Conestoga leading right now, 10-5, as we get a good look at Coach Jimmy L. Turk. Don't forget, the men will be in action immediately following this game, as Rob Lynch and the gang will try to put a victory together. I believe they went 5 sets in their first meeting.
They did when they were up in Kitchener in November. The Condors are the team that is 2 positions ahead of the Saints in the standings, Dom. So I think the men will be looking hopefully to get a big win to help them perhaps move up a little bit before the playoffs begin.
Yep.
They sit in that 8th and final spot. I know Coach Lynch would like to get them up to the 7th or even 6th if possible.
The game, number 10, Kimberly Quintanilla.
Kimberly Quintanilla comes into the game for St. Clair. Coming out, number 9, Riley Davis. Here's Quintanilla right away. Back to Stevenson. Blocked. Played by the Saints. Pranger. Oliveira. Tested and got her hands on it, but couldn't control it. Point St. Clair.
Nice 2-step hit there by Oliveira. She took 2 steps, a hop and a jump backwards. There it is.
Serve for the Saints, number 6, Amelia Oliverio.
found the weak underbelly of the Condor defense.
And Oliveira's serve goes into the net.
Into the net, point.
The Saints can't sustain any momentum in the second set, Don, like they did in the first one.
Lorena Teasden.
Lorena Tessiden serves for Conestoga. Oliverio, Quintanilla, Stevenson from the backcourt, just plays it over. Patterson. Aitken off the block, the Saints can't play it.
Point Conestoga.
Nope, the Saints' passing and defense is not very crisp right now, Dom, and that's where everything is breaking down on that first touch.
Has been a little bit sloppy in this second set, that's for sure.
There's a better pass.
And there's the better results as well.
As
all about passing, Dom. If you have the good pass up there, it gives the setter a lot more options, and it gives the defense a lot more to think about.
Kiana Gellison.
Gellison was the recipient of that nice pass, and she puts it home. She now serves. Her serve goes long.
Out of bounds, no touch. Point Conestoga. Up to serve for Conestoga, number 14, Natalie Walsh.
Natalie Walsh to serve for Conestoga. They have a 6-point lead here in set 2. Pranger, Quintanilla, back to Pranger. And her kill attempt goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds, no touch. Point Conestoga.
Have to say, Dom, this is one of the most ragged games I've seen the Saints play all year.
You don't see that urgency or that hunger right now, Dave. That
no, and they're
serve
going to
goes long.
have to try to turn this momentum around quickly. As we mentioned earlier, the Condors, they're focused on trying to make the playoffs, and they need this.
Quintanilla serves. Tessiden digs it up. Aitken back to Tessiden. Free ball here for St. Clair. Quintanilla. Stevenson. Oh boy, she wanted that one, and unfortunately it goes side out.
No touch.
Totally missed that.
Point. Serving for Conestoga, number 3, Jessica Patterson.
Patterson to serve. Milling her pass. Not a good pass to Quintanilla.
Coach
Timeout
out
has
there
been called by St.
angrily
Clair.
calls a timeout. I can tell by the tone of his voice.
The 14th annual Westby Awards, the Windsor Essex Sports Person of the Year Awards, coming up quickly on Monday, April 15th. They have this guy from the Red Wings that's going to be speaking this year. Not sure who he is.
I think I heard of him.
Yeah, I think a few people have heard of him. Nicholas Lidstrom will act as the keynote guest and speaker. He'll be there along with all of the great athletes and teams from Windsor and Essex County as we pay tribute to their season, their previous season. No doubt some Saints will be nominated that night, as well as a lot of other great athletes. Tickets will be available soon. Check out the Westby website, the westbys.ca, and all the information is there. You can also still nominate an athlete at that same location. The 14th Annual Westby Awards will be at the Kubota Club of Windsor on Monday, April 15th. Showtime is at 7 p.m.
Yeah, that would be a great speech to hear, I think, Dom. From all reports I've heard that Nicholas Lidstrom is just as fine a person as he is a hockey player.
He really is, and I've had a chance to talk to him a couple of times, and he's just such a humble man for everything that he's accomplished. And even in the press conference, he just says, I want to send a message and try to tell the young athletes how to enjoy what they're doing, enjoy the sport they're playing. And he enjoyed it because when you do what he did on the ice and the success he had to be fun. But if you can make it fun, you're probably going to get good results.
Well, it's a great message because the last I heard, we still play the games.
Exactly. You're right there.
Play. That's what it's all about, having fun.
Saints trying to claw their way back into this second set.
Well, there's a much better pass.
And it works out for the Saints.
St. Clair.
That's the Saints volleyball we've been watching most of the year, Dom. That quick transition off a great pass from Julianne Milling.
Pranger will continue to serve. The Saints have pulled to within 6. Patterson. Bender gets it over. Pranger for St. Clair. Quintanilla. Oliverio off the net, played by Conestoga. Patterson to Bender. Off the block, St. Clair plays it. Milling going to send it to Oliverio. That's blocked at the net, and it doesn't get back over. Point St. Clair.
Julie Moss showing a lot, Jessica Moss showing a lot of patience here.
Timeout has been called by Conestoga.
To let that fall as we see Olivero's hit, and Moss it would have been so easy to go up and try to reach over and touch that ball. But
no, she made the right move, a good decision by the veteran. That's for sure.
Conestoga timeout, Dom, and
again, this was the Saints' last game. This is the game that just took place on Wednesday evening. St. Clair was at Fanshawe. Falcons rated number one right now. And tough match, 3-1 match.
The Falcons haven't lost a match all year, Dom, and from what I can recall, they haven't lost many sets all year. So for the Saints to take one was a minor victory.
They've only lost 5 sets all year, Dave.
There you go.
So.
And the Saints were on the verge of winning the 4th set in that game as well, but just fell short.
I stand corrected. They've lost 4 sets. Yeah, again, in talking to Coach El Turk, he was happy with the team's play. He thinks they're close. The next time they see them, hopefully, they'll see them at the Ontarios.
And as you know, Dom, there's never any love lost between teams between Windsor and London.
That's in any sport. That's in any sport. It's not just volleyball. Those Londoners, boy. Great community, great sports town, London. But yeah, we don't like them. we don't like their sports.
I don't think they like us.
No, they don't. The feeling's mutual. That's for sure. That goes long time. That goes way back too.
Saints making a really nice run here, Dom. This is what they needed.
Yeah, they're right back in the mix here. Down 3 points now. In set number 2. At one point they were down, I think it was 8 or 9 points. Patterson. Blocked at the net is Conestoga. Oliverio is going to go up. She's blocked, but it goes out of bounds.
She swings hard once again. And Pranger very quietly doing exactly what she's supposed to do from the serving line, Dom. When you get the momentum back here, she's making her serves, but she's also making tough serves.
Well, she's got her team to within 2 here.
Another good tough serve.
Patterson sets back. Saints get a free ball. This is Milling. Stevenson tips, gets it back. And Stevenson was kind of handcuffed there.
Point Conestoga.
Yep, the set from Milling was just way too tight to the net.
That's Aiken's serve. Oliverio, Quintanilla, Stevenson right through the block, dug up by Conestoga. Free ball here. Patterson sends it over. Milling back to Quintanilla. Oliverio again dug up nicely by Conestoga. Patterson plays it back. Conestoga really on the defense right now. Stevenson goes up, and that stays in. The Saints just kept pounding away there, Dave.
They did, and it was important to win that point, Dom, because they had come back a long way on the previous serving sequence by Pranger, and to start giving points back away might have been the thing that would have sunk the Saints ship here in this second set. So we'll see if they can keep it going.
Jamie Randall serves for the Saints, her first touch of the ball, her first entry into the game, and she comes up with a point for St. Clair.
St. Clair.
They've pulled to within 1 now.
Well, the Saints have definitely regained the momentum, Dom.
For sure. Randall, a first-year player from Fredericton, New Brunswick.
She comes in often as a serving specialist for the Saints.
Gets 2 good serves over. That's Randall now. Gellison gets it over. Conestoga is able to play it. Tessedin goes up. Dug up by Randall nicely. Right back at him it comes. The Saints just unable to recover there. And Conestoga gets the point.
Boy, Jamie Randall got so low there, Dom, on that dig. I didn't know if she found a dime on the floor that she was picking up, but boy, watch how low she gets there to get that up. Unfortunately, the pass was just a little bit long.
Like that one, and the Saints are able to play it, though. Stevenson's going to have to give up the free ball. And no, she gets a break. As Conestoga maybe caught off guard a little bit there.
That's twice in this match now. Stevenson has found that center, that soft center of the defense with a free ball.
Stevenson set to serve. Aiken, Patterson. Bender goes up, blocked at the net. Patterson digs it up. Cowie over to Tessenden. She's blocked, and it falls to the floor off the block. Point Conestoga.
Again, Kiana Gallison says, my fault. She just wasn't able to press the hands over the net, Dom. And she was tooled once again off her hands and falls on the Saints side of the net. Couple substitutions for the Condors. Number 12 in to serve, Dom.
That would be Jessica Ball coming in. She's a first-year player from Cambridge.
And a lefty.
And a lefty, and into the net.
St. Clair.
Ball a little upset with herself.
Now serving for the Saints, number 6, Amelia Oliverio.
Amelia Oliverio to serve here for St. Clair.
Really critical now the Saints make their serves.
That serve goes long and out.
No touch, point Conestoga.
Good call there by the back court of Conestoga to let that one go. Tessenden.
Just barely. Just missed her.
Blocked at the net. Quintanilla. Pranger dug up by Tessenden. Ball over to Cowie. Free ball here. Gellison comes through the middle off the quick set. Point St. Clair.
Substitution St. Clair into the game. Number 8, Jen Taylor.
Jen Taylor, number 8 for the Saints, comes into the game. Also coming back in, replacing the libero, is Jessica Moss.
Jen in to serve for Kiana Gellison, first-year player from Sarnia, Ontario.
Sam, her spike is blocked. Stevenson sets to Pranger, tipped, and a nice job there by Jordan Pranger. They tie it up at 20.
That was a big point, Dom. You could even hear Coach El Turk coming off the bench saying, come on, come on, come on, when that free ball went up in the air. Good serve by Taylor, really good serve.
Nice strong serve. St. Clair has the lead.
Taking the lead. Timeout has been called.
Timeout called by Conestoga.
And that will be the last timeout of this set, Dom. Both coaches have now used their maximum of 2.
Well, it's been a back and forth kind of game. Of course, the Windsor Express really on a nice roll lately. They're out east today for a game, but every week you can watch the Express Basketball Review with head coach Bill Jones on We Digital. Get everything that you need to know about the Express. Coach Jones will be in the We Digital studio each and every week throughout their season and playoffs. The Windsor Express Basketball Review exclusively on WeDigital.ca.
Yeah, it looks like the Express will qualify for the playoffs this year, Dom.
Well,
they made a nice run.
They had, I think they're on like a 9-game winning streak, something like that right now. Or they've won 9 of 10 games, but I'll tell you what, it got a little scary early on in the beginning of the year. They just were horrible out of the gates. I think they were like 2-8, something like that, and we thought, oh boy. But to Coach Jones' credit, he kept working at it. He believed in the guys. He brought in a couple of new bodies, and yeah, they're maybe the best team in the NBL right now. Nice dig there by Oliveria, but nobody there to take the pass.
Point Conestoga.
Gellison's going to come back in for St. Clair. Milling comes back in.
5, Kiana Gellison.
Coach Alturk really wants this set, Dom. He's been up off the bench urging the defense to pick up balls during play.
Just got an update.
Out of bounds, no touch.
The
Point
Express
St. Clair.
winning this afternoon. They're in Cape Breton taking on the
10.
Highlanders, and they're winning 87-77. And the Cape Breton team is second overall in the league right now, so
That's great news.
Express continue to play well. As do the Saints, as they now have a 2-point lead and are threatening to take set number 2 after a really tough comeback in this second set. Full marks to the Saints, though, for sticking by it here.
Yeah, it's been a good comeback.
Right back at it. Moss dug up, though, by the Condors. Milling sets to Quintanilla to Stevenson. Stevenson right over the block, basically, Dave. She just, her vertical, look at this vertical.
And watch how she avoids going into the net. Real athletic move there.
Olivia Bender.
Wow, impressive. Just impressive. Great athleticism.
You know, one thing we haven't mentioned, Dom, Kimberly Quintanilla, who's serving right now, came in halfway through that set and replaced Riley Davis as the setter. And look what happened. There you go.
Point St. Clair.
A formation violation against Conestoga costs them the game-winning point. St. Clair takes the second set by a 25-21 count. After the break, we'll have set number 3, the Saints looking for a sweep. This is OCAA Women's Volleyball on WeDigital.ca.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the Berman drive, the save. That's a nice shot to the save. And he's right in. Oh, and Joseph stops it behind the net. Marksman White's right in front, talking, shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor, Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex here in Windsor, Ontario. OCAA Women's Volleyball on We Digital Productions. It's the St. Clair College Saints taking on the Conestoga Condors. 2 sets are in the books. The Saints winning both of them, 25-11, 25-21. Second game much tougher than that of the first, though, I'll tell you, and a great comeback by the Saints to win that game. They'll look for the sweep here.
Yeah, turning point in that second set. We see her on the screen there, Dom. Kimberly Quintanilla, number 10, came in as a setter for the Saints and managed 9 assists in half a set, which is a great production out of your setter.
She's pretty dynamic, that's for sure.
Well, she helped the Saints turn around set number 2.
Now
Now we'll see if the Saints can send the Condors back to their bus, Don, and down the 401 early today.
Into the net.
Patterson's serve goes right into the net, so right away the Saints get the ball
Serving
back
for the Saints,
and
number
the
10,
first point of
Kimberly
set number
Quintanilla.
3. Quintanilla to serve for St. Clair.
Coach El Turk has the luxury, Dom, of having at least 2 really good setters on the squad.
Point St. Clair.
And he will not hesitate to start one or the other, and that's a great, great luxury for a volleyball coach to have.
Sure is. Creates competition within, keeps them hungry, and nice to have that depth. That hit goes out of bounds.
Point
St. Clair. They've taken a 3-0 lead here early in set number 3.
This is a much better start for the Saints as compared to set number 2.
Quintanilla continues to serve. That cross-court spike by Aiken goes wide out.
Point St. Clair.
St. Clair has grabbed a 4-0 lead now.
Just the sort of start Coach El Turk wanted to see to this third set. It could be the deciding set for the Saints.
That serve goes long and out, so Conestoga will get a chance to chip away at the St. Clair lead.
Point Conestoga. Serving number 5, Emily Aiken.
Emily Aiken serves. Oliverio, Quintanilla, Stevenson off the block. Aiken, Patterson, Bender goes up. That one goes out. Bender didn't get the hit she wanted.
No touch. Point St. Clair. Serving for the Saints, number 11, Sam Gerbig.
Number 11 in the game for St. Clair, Sam Gerbig.
Third-year player from Charlottetown, PEI. I know the Gerbig family often tunes in here, Dom, for the games.
We appreciate that.
Our last broadcast last week,
St. Clair.
they were tuned in. And speaking of parents, that's Jordan Pranger's mom sitting there on the far right. From London, Ontario. She often comes down for the games, and I know when she's unable to, she also tunes in at We Digital.
Well, that's why we're here, Dave.
That's the
For those
action.
that can't make it, we always encourage everybody to come to the Sportsplex. Such a beautiful facility, and it's always nice to watch it live, but the next best thing is to tune in here on We Digital, and we try to do our best to bring you the action. Free ball here for St. Clair. Gerbig, Quintanilla, Moss gets a hand on it just enough to make it fall.
Point St. Clair.
Good to hear Jessica's name being called again.
Jessica Moss.
Take a look at this last segment. Moss, so much fun to watch, that's for sure. Block at the net, that was Yellison with the block, and it pays off as St. Clair gets the point.
It was actually ruled no block, Dom. It was ruled that the ball didn't clear the net.
It didn't clear the net. I thought so. Moss continues to serve. That one goes long and out.
Out of bounds, no touch. Point.
Just to show how balanced the Saints have been today in their attack, Dom. Through 2 sets, 4 of the Saints players shared in 22 kills, 6, 6, 5, and 5 to Moss, Olivero, Gellison, and Stevenson.
There's Gellison with another hit. Nice dig there by Cowie for the Condors. Stevenson goes up off the block. Conestoga plays it. Patterson, Tessiden gives up the free ball. Gerbig, Quintanilla, Gellison, I should say, all over it. The Saints just executing on all cylinders right now.
Coming from every direction.
Up to serve
Coach El Turk's got to be really pleased about the balance in his offense.
Just kept pounding away. Stevenson now to serve.
Part of the reason for that too, got to give the coaching staff for the Condors some
It's
credit
good.
here.
Point St. Clair.
Coach Hai-Chi Lu. They've done their scouting and they've looked at the film, because every time Tiana Stevenson has gone up today, Dom, she's had two blockers looking at her, getting their hands on a lot of their hits. And the Saints, I think, have recognized that and have spread the ball around. I think purposely they've done that more than normal today.
Savannah Sands, number 7, comes back into the game for Conestoga. Also coming in for the first time, number 1, Maya Stover, comes in for the Condors.
She'll be the setter.
Stevenson will continue to serve the Saints with a 7-point lead here in the third set.
Good serve.
Good serve, and Cowie dug it up nicely.
Well, I think Stover got away with a net touch there.
Oliverio, her kill attempt is dug up. Saints will get another chance at it here. Quintanilla, Gessling, and she gets a hole into the, defense. Or Gellison, I should say.
I get caught on her name all the time as well.
I don't even know why I went there. I apologize to Kiana Gellison.
Yeah, Kiana Gellison.
She's only been here 2 years, Dave. You think I'd figure it out by now?
To be fair to you, Don, she didn't get a lot of playing time last year. She got more as the season went on, and she's been asked this year to step in and play a much bigger role.
Well, she's had a fine game here this afternoon, that's for sure. Stevenson. Tessenden can't handle the serve. St. Clair has now opened up a 10-point lead here, looking to put the finishing touches on a sweep of this match with Conestoga. And again, that ball not handled well. Another point, St. Clair.
This is giving Coach El Turk the luxury, as we see right now. A couple more players coming in, giving him the luxury of substituting a few players that don't get a lot of playing time normally. Number 8 coming in to serve.
Number 7, Jordan Prenger.
Yeah, that's Gerby, or I should say Taylor, Jen Taylor.
Yes, and Jamie Randall has been doing a great job this set at the libero position that's usually occupied by Julianne Milling as well. And the Saints haven't missed a beat with these players coming in.
Sams tips at the net, dug up by the Saints. Here's Prenger going up, off the block. She gets it through.
St. Clair.
Jamie Randall with a great bump set there.
Timeout has been called by Conestoga.
Coach Lou calls the timeout for the Condors, down 15-3. Stats don't lie in this case, Dom. The Saints dominating just about every statistical category. They've had 15 more attempts. They've converted 13 more kills. That's a great percentage. Leading in digs, leading in blocks, so they're playing defense as well. And from the serving line, they've scored 5 aces, and those points that you see off aces are always bonus points.
Yep, yep. If you notice on the Saints jerseys, they got Chico number 11. Of course, that's in tribute to Chico Labute, who recently passed away. He was a big part of this athletic department, passed away suddenly, not even 2 weeks ago. So great tribute to Chico, to remember him on their jerseys.
All these athletes would know Chico too, because he was involved in the recruiting process, and he probably helped recruit many of these young ladies.
Yeah, he was involved. He had his hands in a little bit of everything here, and just a wonderful human being. Just such a great. There you get a good look at it there on Tiana's shirt, but just a great human being, and you know, everybody just loved having Chico around. That's for sure, and we're all missing him. That's for sure right now. But great tribute to him to have him on the jersey like that.
Conestoga.
Conestoga comes away with a point. They've got a big uphill climb here to get back into this one. Down 11 in the third set. Tessenden to serve. Gessling plays it off the net, or Gellison. I keep saying Gessling. Why am I saying that? Gellison.
Well, Kiana should not have reached in actually on that one, and kind of did it out of desperation when it went off the net, but
Oliverio. That's Pranger with the kill attempt. Free ball here for St. Clair. Gillison blocked at the net that time.
Point, Conestoga.
number 19.
Yeah, that's Katura Benny.
Boy, she was happy about that.
She was pumped up for sure. Well, it's got to make you feel good when you come up with a big block like that. Nice dig by Tessenden, right back, and the Saints dig it up this time.
Penny, again,
Yep.
getting the big block.
Cowie gives up the free ball. Taylor, Pranger, dug up by Conestoga. Benny, over to Aiken. She couldn't control it. Point St. Clair.
Doesn't always work out that way, Dom, but the Saints just kept applying the pressure, hit after hit after hit, and the Condors eventually broke down.
Oliverio served right into the net.
Into the net, point, Conestoga.
Not happy with herself at all.
To serve number 19, Katura Benny. Substitution. Conestoga entering the game, number 8, Kyla Tunstall.
Kyla Tunstall, number 8, comes into the game. She'll go right to the service line. Randall doesn't handle that well.
No, and it might have been ill-advised too,
Yep.
Dom. It looked like it was going out to me. But, you know, if she doesn't hear a call from her teammates, she's got to keep her eye on the ball. None of her teammates yelled out. And at that point, she's got to take it.
Much better this time for Randall. Pranger goes up off the block. It's dug up. Cowie gets a hit on it. And free ball here. No, it goes out of bounds. Good effort by the Condors, but no luck. Moss comes back into the game for St. Clair.
Well judged there by Gerbig and Randall. They showed a lot of patience. They stood right on the sideline and watched that ball fall out.
Kiana Gallison to serve. That goes side out.
Out of bounds. No touch. Point, Conestoga. Serving for Conestoga, number 7, Savannah Sams.
It's a fine line, Dom, between poor serving and tough serving, as most coaches would tell you. I would call that last serve of Kiana's a tough serve. She missed it, but she barely missed it, and was an aggressive serve to a really good spot on the court.
Savannah Sams to serve.
Little question, I think, about the rotational
Yep.
lineup there for Sec.
Conestoga digs that, kill up. Blocked at the net by Pranger.
Point, St. Clair.
Saints up by 9 now.
And they're firing from all directions. Sam Gerbig with that last hit. That led to the poor offensive effort by the Condors.
That pass, not a very good one.
Point.
Costs the
St.
Condors a point. Saints 6 points away now from sweeping this match.
Just what the doctor ordered, Dom, after a tough night in London on Wednesday. Coach Al-Turk will be happy if they can get it done in 3.
That serve goes into the
net.
net.
Point, Conestoga. Up to serve for Conestoga, number 5, Emily Aiken.
Moss goes up, it goes off the block, stays in bounds.
St. Clair.
Jessica's had a fine game here this afternoon.
She's done everything asked of her.
Up to serve, Sam Gerbig.
Oh. Maya Stover just did not get set properly, and it cost her. point St. Clair. We now have an 11-point lead.
Timeout Condors.
Timeout has been called by Conestoga.
Our next game, shortly after this one, 4 p.m. And it'll be featuring the men as the Saints and Condors will do it one more time with the guys on the floor. Hope you stick around for that one. Dave Austin will give you the call on that one. Some of the fans here having fun. As the Saints come out of their timeout, feeling pretty confident. They're 4 points away from a sweep here.
Yeah, it's looking good for the Saints at the moment, Dom, and now they can focus. 4 more games left in the season before the playoffs start.
Yep.
They, again, they have a pretty favorable schedule.
And it'll give Coach Alturk to get some fine-tuning in, to get ready for those playoffs.
It will, and it also, I think, with the schedule coming up and looking increasingly more and more like they're locked into that second-place position, Dom. They're not totally locked in, but a couple more victories will lock them in. It looks like not only will Coach Alturk be able to get the team focused, I think he'll also be able to play some of the other members on the team as well.
Sure.
Especially the weekend where Boreal and Cambrian come to town. I'm sure everybody will see the floor. And at this time of year when the ankles and the knees and the shoulders are aching after a long season of practice and play, a little bit of rest for your starters is not a bad thing.
Geez, I have all those problems and I don't even play.
Your problem is called age.
Yes. Ouch.
We all get there, buddy.
Oh,
I'm way
boy.
ahead of you
Oh,
in
boy.
that department.
It's all good. It's all good. Oliverio off the block that goes out of bounds. Did that make it over the net?
Point St. Clair.
Oh,
It
did.
did, and there's no argument from the blockers, the Condors. They know.
Yep. Saints 2 points away. This is Jessica Moss.
Good serve.
Sam's dug up there by Gerbig. Pranger with the hit, and she's successful. She's had a good game this afternoon as well, Dave.
She has. She's always solid defensively, Dom. And in fact, last year, her first season with the Saints, she played basically a defensive role. But her offense today has been brilliant.
Yep.
She's been aggressive. And good to see her developing a total game here at the college level.
Game, set, and match point here for the Saints as they dig up that kill. Oliverio, good effort to try to keep it in, but couldn't get to it.
Conestoga.
Conestoga still lives on for another point.
Up to serve for Conestoga, number 1, Maya Stover.
Maya Stover set to serve here. Randall was able to play it, but she was handcuffed. You could see she wanted to get in position. Then that ball just kept climbing up on a higher level and caught her off guard.
It floated on her for sure.
That serve out of bounds. That's going to do it. Game, set, and match. The Saints sweep it over the Conestoga Condors. 25-14 the final in this third set. 25-21, 25-11 the scores in the other two sets. The Saints now improve to 12-2 on the season. They've won 37 sets. They've lost 13 sets overall. So the remarkable season continues for Jimmy Alturk and the Lady Saints. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have our player of the game, or also our post-game interview, and we'll wrap up things here this afternoon. The Saints win it 3-0. More OCA action right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the bird and drive the save. behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save!
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. OCA women's volleyball action just completed here. The St. Clair College Saints defeat the Conestoga Condors 3-0. Our player of the game right here, number 7, Jordan Pranger, joins us. Thanks for doing this with us, Jordan. And, obviously St. Clair was heavily favored to win this game, but the question mark was coming off the emotional game against Fanshawe on Wednesday. How was the team going to react? What did you think of the team's reaction today?
I mean, of course we weren't happy losing to Fanshawe in 4 sets, and we knew we had to come in this game and play better than we did in Fanshawe, and we had to work on our second touch and our first touch, and I thought that we executed that really well today, and it showed off.
Yeah, I thought, overall the team was far superior. And this is almost like I don't want to call it a trap game because, you're well into the playoffs. But it's a team that you're expected to win. With the, talent base that you have with this team, where the records stand in the standings right now, I think everybody looks at this game, okay, St. Clair's got to win this game. But sometimes those can be the toughest games.
Yeah, I mean, when we went to Conestoga in first semester, they did take a set off us, so we knew coming into this game that we just wanted to sweep them in 3 and, try to keep that going, and we're happy we did it.
There's a number of players today, Jordan, that played very well. Yourself, of course, Jessica always plays so well. Tiana, Amelia Oliverio. This team, you have to really like what Coach El Turk's done in regards to building depth on this team.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on our team is great. He can throw anyone out on the lineup and be confident with it. And a setter on the court is going to be confident setting anyone because they know anyone on the court can score points.
Of course, we don't want to dwell too much on the London Fanshawe thing, but I guess with the game Wednesday, you know where the bar is set now.
Yeah.
What has to be accomplished. So where does the work need to be put in still for this team? For the St. Clair team to get to that level and be able to pull off a win against Fanshawe even?
I don't know. We just got to keep going and do what we got to do and hopefully see them in provincials and take them then and then win provincials and move on.
Yes, that would be nice, that's for sure. Of course, the provincial's not too far away. The playoff's not too far away. Looks like you're going to host a home playoff game. I think there's 3 more matches now to go here. What do you want to work on to prepare for the playoffs, Jordan?
Definitely our first ball slide out. We want to get the first kill. We want to pass, set, and score right away. We need to earn more points as a team on our side and make less errors. And a big thing for our team has been serving all season. And today, it proved and showed off. We served on location and served exactly where we wanted to all game. We didn't miss much, and that's a huge thing we've been working on. So we're just going to keep working on that, and hopefully it will be there by provincials.
Comment about your game today. We thought you were great. So that's why you're sitting here. So talk to me about your game today and how you prepare yourself to make sure you help this team.
I know I'm not the strongest on offense, so I know my job is to just make smart decisions, and if the ball's in a hittable spot, hit it, take a rip, and if not, put it in play, and then hopefully we can get the ball back and score.
Well, you've done a great job with it, that's for sure. I know you had a little bit more of a defensive role last year. This year, your game's become more evolved, more all-rounded, which is great. And obviously, you're getting more playing time with that too, right? So, good stuff.
Awesome.
Jordan, we'll talk to you down the road. Good luck the rest of the way. Congratulations on the game today.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jordan Pranger, our player of the game, doing a great job in helping this St. Clair team here this afternoon as they defeat the Conestoga Condors 3-0. That's it for now. Come back at about 4 o'clock and we'll feature the men's contest. They'll take on the Conestoga Condors as well. We'll have all that action for you live right here on We Digital. Until then, though, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all again very